This is Wolf Phototech, and it has been officially confirmed by Nintendo that there will be a new Nintendo Player's Choice. I mean, Nintendo Selects. Two totally different systems. Uh, Games for the Wii, the Wii U, and the 3DS coming out officially March 11th, 2016. However, you probably could get the price adjustment as long as you buy the games within 7 days prior to it if you take the receipt back to the store and get the price adjustment. So for the Nintendo Wii U, they have on there's 4 games for each system. For the Nintendo Wii U, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, NES Remix Pack, Pikmin 3, Super Mario 3D World. I'm reading from my script. And for the 3DS, Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D, Mario Party Island Tour, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D, and Yoshi's New Island. And for the Nintendo Wii, and yes, there's Nintendo Wii games, as I said before, there's Animal Crossing City Folk, Donkey Kong Country Returns, Super Mario All Stars, and Super Mario Galaxy 2. In the United States, they will all be priced around $19.99. In Canada, it'll be $29.99. In Australia, it'll be $500. I'm I'm very sorry, Australians, that everything is insane down there. And same thing with Canadians. Seriously, $10 more just because you live you live on America's hat. I I feel sorry for you guys, but that's the that's the basic gist. I have like a lung problem that's undiagnosed. But what the one thing I noticed is that uh, all the major Donkey Kong games, Tropical Freeze and Donkey Kong Country Returns on both the Wii and the 3DS are on Nintendo Selects 1. Otherwise, the rest are just a mixture of other game. NES Remix Pack, which is a mixed game. Pikmin and Mario 3D World for the Wii U. There's Mario Party, Legend of Zelda, Yoshi. Uh, the only thing that has Mario is for the Wii, which is Super Mario All Stars and Super Mario Galaxy 2. By the way, really seriously, if you don't, this is very important. Nintendo seriously does pay attention to sales of games. So if you want more Donkey Kong, more Metroid, more Earthbound, more of this, more of that, this is what you should do. And this is what I do. Uh, I buy the game, even if I have the game, I'll buy duplicate copies and give them to family members and friends that don't have the game. And that helps improve sales overall. So if you're a really big Animal Crossing fan and you know a friend that has a Wii or a Wii U that does not have Animal Crossing City Folk, get them Animal Crossing City Folk. If there's a huge upsurge in sales of Animal Crossing City Folk, or a huge upsurge of sales for the last few Metroid games or Star Fox games, Nintendo will take note of that demand and they will produce more of those games. And they will also then produce more games in that franchise. So seriously, Nintendo has literally, I cannot underline this enough, has stated that they pay attention to sales of a game. They see a lot of people buy a Metroid game, they increase the priority of making Metroid games. They do the same thing with Earthbound. So seriously, even if you basically buy the eShop card and go over to your friend's house and put the money on their account and download Earthbound Beginnings and Earthbound to their Wii U, you are helping in the cause of getting that franchise boosted in metrics, and Nintendo will prioritize shipping out Mother 3 or Earthbound 2 or whatever they want to call it. So that is that whole line there. Seriously, consider doing that. But the one thing I was going to go with originally in this line of logic is I noticed that Donkey Kong Country is consistently on all the lists, on all three lists, and it's the only franchise that has a major game on all the three lists. And I have also noticed that all the older Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong games have come out in waves. They pretty much put all the major Donkey Kong games on the eShop already. So pencil this down in your notes. I predict that either this E3 or sometime in a Nintendo Direct between E3 2016 and E3 2017, there will be an announcement for a new Donkey Kong Country game. There's a high probability, I got a really good feeling that Nintendo is basically trying to promote purchasing Donkey Kong Country games to warm up to something. But that's all I can say. Other than that, there's really no universal trend. Obviously, you got Mario game on every list, but in the case of the 3DS, it's a minor Mario game, Mario Party, and you got Super Mario 3D World for the Wii U, which is a clear obvious, and then you have two Mario games for the Wii, which is awesome in itself. I would suggest most definitely if you have young kids, picking up Mario All Stars if you do not have it for the Wii. You can play your Wii games on your Wii U as well. So if you have a Wii U, go ahead and pick up Super Mario All Stars. That is a collection of classic games. I always believe in if you're gonna expose your kids to video games, please consider exposing them to classic video games earlier, and then wean them into the newer stuff later. Uh, they Kids need a grounding in the classics to appreciate what's truly good about the modern games, and sadly, what's bad about the modern games. Uh, as I said, that is the only major trend I really see uh, in this list of three sets of four or Nintendo Player's Choices or Nintendo Selects. That is just strangest thing is Nintendo had a program a long time ago called Nintendo Player's Choice, and then they switched over to Nintendo Selects with the Wii, or was it with the GameCube? I have to double check. It's one of those things. I think they kind of stopped doing it on the GameCube, and it basically went into obscurity. And the restart. This is one of those weird things I noticed about Nintendo. Nintendo could come up with a working strategy to market and sell their games, and then write that strategy down in a book and use that book as a table prop to even out the legs on a table. And then they say, "Oh, I got this real cool idea for reducing prices on games and improve sales on them. So what should we call it? Oh, we should call it Nintendo Selects." Someone in the back corner raises their hand. We had a program. It was called Player's Choice. Oh well. And PlayStation had greatest hits, and I forgot what Xbox had, but it's entirely memorable on the fact that I forget that Microsoft had their own system, but I can't remember what it's called. But as I said here, Nintendo really needs to go back through their back catalog on strategy and really truly consider what worked and what failed for them, And most definitely, the Nintendo Player's Choice slash Select strategy is really good for uh, once you have sold a incredibly large amount and the sales of that game fall off the cliff, you simply change the packaging up and resell the said game as a new copy. And for collectors like me and Alpha Mega O Sin and a few others, just by simply putting that little mark on the box and changing some of the some of the logoing makes it valuable again as a collectible item. Also, I talked about this in the past. Nintendo is looking into going into cartoons and anime, and I said like something to the effect, well, wasn't that a highly successful strategy that they employed back in the 1980s and early 90s to get people into franchises? And if you remember exactly, if you every franchise Nintendo has managed to spin off into a cartoon or anime series has been met with new reinvigoration and in sales and was then revived. Well, that's revigoration, revived, the same thing, but has seen a remarkably improved state of being. The only exception to this was F-Zero. And that's about it. And that's the strange thing with Nintendo too, is that they could employ a strategy. It succeeds well. Exceeds very well. Exceeds very well. Exceeds very well. Exceeds very well. Fails. Oops! It's a bad strategy. Throw it out. And Nintendo's strange that way. So here's the list again for the Wii U games: Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, NES Remix Pack, Pikmin 3, Super Mario 3D World. Then for the 3DS, Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D, Mario Party Island Tour, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D, Yoshi's New Island. And then for the Wii, Animal Crossing City Folk, Donkey Kong Country Returns, Super Mario All Stars, and Super Mario Galaxy 2. And thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions or ideas or suggestions, put them in the comment section down below. Please vote on the video. Please share the video. And if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel. Have a wonderful day.